trust, and I know I'm gonna stay for always.
Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the best second show on the whole wide world on the YouTube. I am so happy today. We got an awesome guest that I know most of you that's going to be joining in from the chat. I know most of you are in the Mandela effect community, so you probably don't know Jamie Stangroom. He's an awesome guy. I'm going to put his channel in the chat right now, so you guys have to. I mean, I'm telling you guys, you have to check out his channel.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you know, life right now is crazy for everybody. And sometimes, Bob, you and I even talked about it, that sometimes you can only talk so much about certain subjects, so much about
sorry, keep going.
And you need that outlet. And Jamie's channel is that outlet. He's got some fantastic content. This guy, he has interviewed people like Greg Grum, Ahmed Best. Ahmed Best is the guy who played Jar Jar Binks. Alec Guinness's granddaughter. I mean, Anthony Daniels, Bob Gale, which in the Mandela effect community knows Anthony Daniels very well. You guys know Bob Gale, who he produced Back to the Future, which a lot of people relate Back to the Future with 9/11 stuff, which if that's true or not, I'm not here to say. He actually interviewed Perry Mayhew, who played Chewbacca, who passed away last year. And one of my favorites, Billy D. Williams, Lando. And also, Jamie, sometimes you and one of my favorite guys, most people don't know, is Ken Zabza. I can't say his last name that well. Ken.
Yeah.
So how are you, Jamie? How is Australia? How's Australia doing with the COVID-19?
I'm in the UK, but Australia's doing all right, I think.
Oh, you're in UK along with Bob. Cool.
Yeah, we're on similar time zones. Yeah, I guess.
I've been trying to tell Eric that forever. I go, Eric, he's not Australian, dude. He's freaking British.
British, man. I'm British. Do I have to go a bit Ali G to prove it? Yeah. No, I mean, I've been to Australia, but my accent's really weird. You'll know, you're in Manchester where they've got a very strong accent, but I don't have a strong accent because I come from the middle of England, near a little city called Coventry. I moved to London 12 years ago, and London is, 300 languages in one city, 9 million people. It's everything accent-wise. So Coventry is like a weird place to begin with, for many reasons, but accent-wise, England's a small country, but we have so many accents. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Coventry is 10-minute drive from Birmingham, which is Ozzy Osbourne accent territory. It's regularly voted as the least attractive accent in England. But I like to think I don't sound like a Brummie. By the way, Brummies are great. I like Brummies really, and the accent's okay. Imagine Peaky Blinders. Have you seen Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, I have.
That's the watered down international version of the Brummie accent. So I should speak like that. I'm 10 minutes from there. But in Coventry, we don't. We just have this plain old thing going on. But sometimes there's a twang. And I've had Australian thrown at me before. It's not the first time. And I'm not offended, Eric. It's okay.
Don't get it. Nobody gets offended by me. So you're good to go. So, man. So Bob was telling me, here I thought United States, I thought we were bad with the COVID-19. Bob was telling me that you guys can't even go to a fast food place drive-thru to get food. I mean here in the United States, I don't know about all the states, but here in Washington, all the drive-thrus are open for food. You can even still go to some department stores. Not everything is fully shut down. Bob was telling me you guys can't even get McDonald's down there.
I think McDonald's is closed, yeah. But I mean, there are. Obviously, your supermarkets are open. Your smaller shops that sell the essentials are open. But yeah, your shopping centers, your malls aren't open. I think more fast food places are opening up, or at least restaurants are reopening, but only for takeaways, if you like, for takeouts. So the thing is, though, we keep calling it a lockdown, but we're not really in an official lockdown. We're not like Italy, although now they're loosening, where they were actually told, no, you cannot go outside, not even to exercise. We're actually allowed out quite freely. And we haven't got, many police checks going on. It's a strange thing. We're calling it a lockdown, but really compared to what Spain had and what Italy had, we ain't in no lockdown. It's actually pretty chill. But yeah, there's no McDonald's, which I realize is quite difficult to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing you can't do is go to a sports game or a sports event. Yeah. There's no movie theaters open. But if you still want food, you just got to take it home. So, I mean, it's... Yeah,
you got to queue for it longer, haven't you?
Yeah, so if this is considered a total lockdown, it's not really technically that bad. I know. My wife enjoys it because she gets to work from home. She actually gets more sleep. We end up with a puppy over the weekend. So in a lot of ways, it's not as bad as people make it sound like it is.
I like it.
But then, I mean, there's things about it that aren't that bad. Because you always know that. For some people, the situation is far, far worse, of course. Yeah. But also we were a bit like the States as well. Our leadership has handled this very similar to your leadership, and we entered our so-called lockdown pretty slowly, and we've now got the second highest death rate in the world, the highest in Europe, and we're number 2 to your number 1, and this is not something to be proud of course.
I know. Our leadership is like you got 2 leaderships. You got Donald Trump in one corner. You got the governors in one other corner, and they all don't like each other. So it's like, and then here you are, right? Here you are. You put it on CNN News, and here's a commercial. Have you killed somebody today? It's like, Jesus Christ, come on, man.
But I think that's the problem with this. I mean, there's many problems with this situation, and one thing that sort of has to. And maybe this is something you only learn as you go along, because personally, I've never experienced anything like this. And I don't, unless you were alive during World War II, nobody has, I guess. But surely a situation like this, you've got to put your differences behind politically and just all work together. Because, I mean, I vote for Labour here in the UK. And actually, they've just got a new leader called Keir Starmer. And I think they're the official opposition, if you like. They're the number 2 party at the moment. But they've not been too. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're going to attack when the time's right. They are going to attack the government for this S show that has occurred. But at the moment, they're being quite sort of we're going to try and work with you. We're going to, we're not going to attack you too much. We're going to gently say where we think you should be with this. But this is not the time for fighting and arguing. This is the time for action. And speed has cost lives.
Yeah. It does.
The lack of it.
I remember a year ago, Bob was flying back from the UK, and I remember when Bob got here, we were going to YouTube, and I was like, Bob, what do you want to watch? I go, hey, let me show you this guy, Jamie.
Yeah.
I go, he made this documentary.
It was awesome
about a stormtrooper who knocked his head, and he actually went to find. He made videos on trying to find the guy who claims who hit his head. And you actually had lie detector tests.
Everything.
It was
serious, man. It was fucking. I mean, it is serious. You took it serious. You did it 100%. Now, I went to school for archaeology, and so you did the research. Everything to the fucking T, to the dotted the fucking I's, man. I was intrigued. Which one? I don't even saying shit. It's just shit. Which one fucking did it? Now they're all claiming it, and this one guy I ain't giving it away. You guys have got to. Those in the sidebar got to fucking watch this movie. One guy is the number 1 pick, but then these other 2 guys are obscure, and you just keep it going, man. You just it's like cliffhanger all the way to the end.
Oh, thanks, man.
The fucking script. You can't just shut it off and go take a piss. You want to know who's the right guy. Who's the guy?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was called The Empire Strikes Door, and it started off so when Eric mentioned all of the interviews for the channel, that was originally all started in 2015 when The Force Awakens was announced, and they confirmed officially that actually it would have been before 2015 officially that Harrison Ford's back, Mark Hamill's back, Carrie Fisher's back, all these classic characters. I was like, well, this is all well and good, but what about low-grade Ewok? What about Greedo? Where are these classic actors and characters? So being in the UK, where the films have been made, you've got these people around, you know, and if they're alive, they're probably appearing at every single comic for the rest of their lives, you know, every weekend. That's their retirement. So I went to track down some of these more like niche characters, stroke actors, if you like, from the originals, and I'd do an interview with them, and then I'd do like an audition tape with them to try and show, you know, all tongue in cheek, to try and show Disney, J.J. Abrams, what they're missing out on. Maybe get the guy who played Jabba the Hutt's tail back in another film, because there was a guy who played Jabba the Hutt's tail. But the one I couldn't find, by the way, I found Greedo, I found an Ewok, I found a Gonk droid, I found Jabba the Hutt's tail, I found Jar Jar Binks as well, which Eric mentioned. But the one I couldn't find, who I wanted to find, was the stormtrooper who bumped his head in that original Star Wars, the most iconic blooper probably in movie history. And that the reason I couldn't find him was because, as you mentioned, Bob, there's a number of people that claim to be this stormtrooper, which is kind of, when you think about it, that's obvious in a way, because they're all in these helmets, and you know, Luke Skywalker says himself, you can't see a thing in these helmets, and everybody would have been bumping their heads at some point on that set. But who did it in that scene, in that moment? Who is the true galactic idiot? So it was meant to be a 5-10 minute interview with, you know, there he is, there's the guy, we'll chat to him. But then more people appeared, and it, without, you know, organically grew into what you saw, into this documentary, into a full-on investigation. Yeah, it's
real. You're like concerned. You're being the fucking concerned researcher. You're like, I mean, it's not fake. Now, people out there thinking, you know, archaeology, you're looking, this is the same kind of thing. It's like a lifetime, and he's really looking for the guy, and he's like, you're like being serious, like, we got a dilemma here. We've got more than one, and so now you're having to do you're bringing out the fucking all the fucking. You got the lie detector test.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was, don't get me wrong, like, I think, you know, I was having fun, but like, obviously, I'm being quite deadpan with it, because the actors who claim it was them, they've taken it very seriously. Yeah, you know, I meant to be, and you can get that, because, like, I mean, let's not give away who. So we decide, we can't prove 100% who it was. We decide who we think it was, and that's basically using a combination of the lie detector results, various interviews I did with like witnesses, if you like, so other extras who were on set at the time, Gary Kurtz, who produced the film. Also, I got a jury involved who looked at all of this evidence and voted, basically. And on the jury was Kevin Smith, Greg Grunberg, Ahmed Best, who you mentioned earlier, Jar Jar actor, and lots more. And yeah, basically one gets, you know, quite conclusive votes. And even then there was a few niggling doubts in my mind about, was it really him? But then Anthony Daniels came in and he confirmed something that's quite important that the guy said earlier on. But I've probably given them too many clues as to, you'll probably work it out now in the first 10 minutes who it is. But yeah, like, I didn't know going through it. And to be honest, do I still really 100% know? Of course not, unless George Lucas or somebody got hold of that archive, the rushes from that day's filming, and really worked it all out with the paperwork. But I think, you know, you watch it and hopefully it's entertaining. You learn some things. You learn how the costumes were made. You learn why they kept that blooper in the film. Gary Kurtz talks about the editing process, and obviously it's meant to be a bit ridiculous and over the top and pointless, but hopefully,
it was true.
You know, life is pointless in a way, isn't it?
How to nobody can see out of it, and how awkward it is to be in the uniforms. I mean, I wore one in it to get an idea of how difficult it was, you know. And it's not just the eyesight, especially when you're doing an action scene, because you're running and the helmet's going up and down, so obviously your vision's being obscured then. But things are like digging into you. Like, it's like, I can't remember how many pieces make up the overall outfit, but at least 15, I'd say. You know, and it's digging into you. It's hard work, man.
Can I have permission to play one of your teaser of that show? It's a 1 minute, 30-second teaser. Can I show it?
Of course, yeah. Thank you.
So people kind of know what we're talking about. To kind of see your work. So let me pull it up here. I have it ready. Like I said, it's only 1 minute and 37 seconds.
It's great.
And let me make sure I get it turned up here. Here we go. Bob, can you see it on your side?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So let me hit full layout, and then we go back and hit play so people can see what we're talking about.
Who hit their head on that day? I was the one that banged his head. Oh, I knew there were pretenders, but for all I know is it happened to me.
Ask this gentleman. He's got photographs to prove that he's actually there. You can ask him yourself, he's here.
Polygraph tells us he's here.
Why would he talk? Why would someone lie about something like this?
Extra publicity, prestige.
Members of the jury.
We're going to break it down. We're going to find out.
I'll turn around, and if either of you have left when I turn back, I'll simply accept that they're a terrible time waster and move on. Okay?
And they really think it's them.
Yeah, that awkward. That was. We were basically sitting on a. I had like not much money to make this, and we. What did we do? We were. That was the day of the polygraph test. So this isn't really a spoiler, but there was 3 people that claimed it was them. As you can see, only 2 people ended up on the bed with me. On the bed, not in the bed, and the reason why there was only 3 was because one of them passed away. One of them who made the claim actually passed away. He actually refused to talk to me. So you see a little clip in that trailer. Why won't he talk? He refused to talk to me and then selfishly passed away. Actually, it was about a year, because this was a 3-year thing. It was about a year between him not talking to me and him passing away. I was not involved. So
Are you sure?
I think I'm sure. I ended up with 2. And yeah, that was the day we were doing the polygraph test, and I could only hire like the cheapest hotel room I could in like a Premier Inn, which is like a motel chain here. And yeah, I couldn't hire 2 rooms to sort of keep one in while I interviewed the others. I just got them both in together, and they didn't know that was going to happen. And I think if they did know that was going to happen, they probably wouldn't have done it. Actually, I think one of them would agree to it, and I'm not going to say who. One of them wouldn't have. But yeah, I really enjoyed. I mean, I respected them, and there is a moment in this where the kind of the record scratch moment where playtime's over, where actually this is starting to hurt someone's feelings, and then I stop with the kind of thriving on the awkwardness of the whole thing. But yeah, they of course were taking it very seriously.
Yeah, but one of them was he's making a career out of it. So. But if you got other people claiming it, you have to have that. I mean, it was like, oh God, one of them was making a career out of it. This is really getting into an area of, like you said, I was getting like nervous. This was no joke. This was turning into, it was funny. At the same time, it had you locked because this was for reals. And so these guys are wholeheartedly claiming it. And this is to their grandchildren, to their family. One of them's making money off of it. So, it was
on the common kind of circuits, doing autographs.
Signing that actual freeze frame of the head bump. But then I have to say as well, and I actually don't think I say this clearly enough in the doc when I sort of give my own kind of feelings at the end. I do have to say, I don't think it's fun to say you're a liar, you failed at the test, you're a liar. It's fun to say that, but and you talk about the Mandela effect and what have you, but, these guys do genuinely believe it happened to them. And I don't think they're making that up. I think they genuinely believe it. And now the question is, did they all bump their head on different days, in different scenes? Why would you know that scene was that? 'Cause it all looked the same. Or were they told it was them, and then they've just sort of believed it over time, and, the reputation's stuck, and they've just accepted it. I don't think any of them, the three of them, even the dead one, I don't think any of them willfully lied here. You know, I believe that they believe it was them. And Kevin Smith says that in the doc as well.
That's what I got out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They believed it. They believed it. I mean, and like you said, in all reality, because you demonstrated the uniform and how awkward it was. We keep talking about that, how awkward it is and how you can't see shit. And on them, 100%, I think these guys all bumped something. And they just thought that they were the iconic one because we can't tell. They don't know if they were the one or not on what scene. They don't know the scenes. Maybe they're making it up about the scene, but they've all bumped themselves. I'm sure everybody has bumped themselves with a uniform. Probably not just them. So to give it to the mass of anybody wearing those things, if you give the whole how they're made, how they're put on. I mean, everything you gave all the context for the viewer to make his own decision based off all the evidence and even wearing them and how you would feel if you had them on.
Yeah,
So
and I'm glad you. Sorry.
Oh no, so you don't feel overly bad. I don't feel bad because you gave that information too. That's valuable information to see how they could have made a mistake or they could have been the one. So there's nobody wrong in the way you laid it out.
No, I'm glad you said that as well, because I also didn't want to. There's a moment later on, and it's not necessarily just with the polygraph test. There's a moment where I interview a certain someone involved with the film, the mofo and producer, no less, Gary Kurtz, and he says something that completely contradicts what one of the suspects has said, but completely matches with what the other suspect says. And that could be a moment where you're like, in the voiceover, if you like, bingo, we've got our man. But I didn't want to do that because I still had a little bit more of the story to tell and go to the jury members that I mentioned. And I also wanted the audience, you know, to be able to play along in their minds during the film rather than being spoon-fed. Well, he said this, and that actually contradicts that, and remember this moment and that. You know, I wanted people to sort of work it out for themselves, you know, because I think quite often, like, when you make something, it's quite easy to sort of assume that the audience is stupid, you know, and need to be given every sort of millimeter of information. You know, people can work it out.
But you had emotion, man. You felt bad. You felt it. I felt you feel it. I felt it. Eric felt it. You gave that motion was there for you. It was there to eat too. We felt
Probably
it.
also gave them some popularity now. Now they go to Comic-Con, you know, they're more noticeable now than they were before, you know, because of you. So I think you helped them out a lot because not a lot of people even know this story. I bet people in the chat don't even know what Star Wars movie we're even talking about where they bumped their head. And of course, we're talking about A New Hope. And, you know, when the beginning scene with Darth Vader, they land to capture Leia's ship. And when they all start coming down the tunnel, whatever you want to call it, is where they bump their head. So, you know, this is probably new for everybody. And I want everybody to check out your channel and watch the teaser. And if I remember right, isn't it 3 videos? I'm trying to remember to get to the end.
No, there are some separate clips that I've put out, but there is one full video. Well.
That's right.
One full 45 minutes worth. I'm sorry about that, but 45 minutes you got to sit through, or just skip to the end to get the result.
It's good though.
No, but it is worth it, and not just Star Wars. I mean, I loved your Stranger Things video where you try to find a town that you're trying to base the town on, and you did some not conspiracy stuff, but where they filmed it, and there's some you gave some little history of some stuff that has really happened in a building with Stranger Things. And I don't want to tell people what it is. I want them to go to your channel and watch it. But you have this way of not just interviewing people, that you have your own personality, you know? Yeah. And I love the way you joke around a little bit and have fun. Kind of like when you're interviewing Bob Gell. And I'm not saying you believe anything about Mandela effect conspiracies at all, but I love that you slipped in about like the 9/11 stuff that's in your movie, trying to see what he says, you know, even though you might be that in or not. But I love how you just slip that in, and you know, it's just fun. You have fun with it, and that's what I appreciate about what you do.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you. I think things like slipping in with like the 9/11 conspiracy theory with Back to the Future, perhaps predicting it, like slipping that in. I think also that comes from actually being a fan of these things as well, because if you're just a sort of hired gob on a stick reporter, journalist, or whatever, just doing a job, if you like, you're told to go and run on this story. You're not necessarily into Star Wars, so you're just sort of doing the basic thing, which is good for a general audience, of course. But like my audience, obviously, I don't need to say who Bob Gale is. I don't need to say who Peter Mayhew is or whatever. They know. So yeah, I think sometimes I'm out of my depth. I make no secret of this. I've only done one season of Clone Wars. I've never seen Rebels. I don't really read the Star Wars books, if you like. So I'm kind of like, those films are my storyline, if you like. That's my canon. That's what I know. So I'm sometimes out of my depth, but then again, I am a fan of these things. So I'm interested in what fans are interested in. So I am actually really interested in, I don't necessarily believe them, but I'm interested, and we can have fun with them too. I'm interested in fan theories. So Ahmed Best, who is Jar Jar, he has had the Darth Jar Jar fan theory, which blew up on Reddit a few years ago. And you know, like, that theory is actually okay. Bob Gale with the 9/11 thing dismissed it straight off the bat, but it was sort of fun to talk to him about it. And Ahmed, though, on the other hand, that's made no difference to Bob Gale's life. But Ahmed, I chat to Ahmed quite regularly for the channel, and he's over 5 years now warmed more and more back towards Star Wars and the fandom, because he was put through a lot of hell, if you like, with backlash. He almost committed suicide.
He almost committed suicide. And I hate when people say, did Disney or everybody like screwing up of Star Wars? And I told Bob this before. It was the fans who forced George Lucas to sell. I mean, the backlash that man got for the prequel was just uncalled for. I mean, even critics were bashing the prequels, and Ahmed, who played Jar Jar, got so much bad press. And he wasn't the one who wrote the script.
Fine.
He was just doing his job. And what that man had to go through, and even the actress who played Padme, I can't remember her name. I'm sorry.
Natalie Portman.
For a long time, she could not get a gig because of the prequels, because of the bash that she got, not from movie makers, from the fans themselves. So when every time people say Disney's ruined Star Wars, George Lucas should have kept it. Well, you forced him to sell it. He lost his love to make Star Wars. You fans themselves. And then I hate some of these critics now talk about how fans did this, when then themselves, if you go back and research some of these movie critics, they were bashing them too. I know I'm not going to name any critic, but one critic says it was an embarrassment that she played Padme. How can this girl even act like that? It was just uncalled for, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. George Lucas probably did just think this is too much hassle. I ain't doing any more of this. But with Ahmed, like I said, he has sort of he's returning to Star Wars, because the kids that grew up with Jar Jar a lot of them liked Jar Jar, and now they're the grown-ups. But he actually said in the most recent chat that the Darth Jar Jar theory did contribute to him sort of feeling the love again for Star Wars, because he actually said himself, the person who came up with the Darth Jar Jar theory probably is a Jar Jar hater, but he wanted to find a deeper meaning for this character. He wanted to try and understand this character that he didn't get, that he didn't like, and Ahmed's quite a sort of deep guy, and he's kind of found a lot of positives in that. And the crazy Darth Jar Jar theory has helped him, find peace with the situation. So I like fan theories, and actually one thing I'd like to do on the channel one day is do a little series like where sort of go, within or deep within the fan theory, because interviews is what I do really. And I would like to interview some of the authors of these theories. So the guy who came up with the Darth Jar Jar theory, the guy who came up with the 9/11 Back to the Future prediction theory as well. I'd like to, within pop culture realms, I'd like to talk to some of these people.
You should, dude. Oh yeah, I'd watch that. Yeah, please. We're starving for fucking entertainment, man. I mean, it sucks. It's bad out there. I mean, you got Netflix. I just want to throw up. I'm sorry. I just like maybe Stranger Things. I can go as far as that. That was because it has like a.
Have you tried Ozark on Netflix.
Ozark? No, I just saw that the other day. What the hell? I'm thinking of the mountains. Is Ozark good?
It's great. It's great. Yeah, I mean, I know nothing about Ozark and the lakes and all that. I don't know anything about the geography of the place in reality, but the series is. I really enjoyed it. I think it's 3 seasons now. The latest one came out not too long ago.
First season. I haven't gotten back to watch the second season yet. I know they're on the third one, but the first season was pretty good. You know, there's death, and he had to go to a small town, and he starting up his business, making money. I don't want to spoil it if nobody's seen it, but it wasn't bad. Forgot that actor's name who played it. He's a really
Matthew Bateman.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Matthew Bateman. It's a really good show. But I mean, there's some good shows. Like right now, I'm watching The Last Kingdom. I enjoy the hell out of The Last Kingdom. Bob, The Last Kingdom is like a second version of like Games of Thrones on a smaller scale. Okay. On a smaller scale. Man, they're on the fourth season, and I'm really enjoying it. So there's some good stuff or not.
Better Call Saul. If you like Better Call Saul as well, that last season was pretty darn good, if you ask me. Anyway, but
Jason Bateman. That's
Jason Bateman. Yeah, sorry, Matthew. Matthew Bateman. Jason's brother, Matthew.
Yeah, I watched Couples Retreat last night. I watched that. Couples Retreat was pretty crazy. I've been living out of my freaking external hard drive. I've been watching all the old movies. I've been going back to even Cheech and Chong's. I'm going back to Cheech and Chong, man. I'm going way back now. I'm going back to the 70s. Yeah, I've been watching Kurosawa movies, man. I'm like getting back to the old stuff. Just like then moving my way forward like the Seven Samurai, and then moving my way up to the spaghetti westerns again. Just I'm going. It's good to have a break. I'm not saying that all the shows are bad. I'm just saying it's okay to be bad because you got the young people getting into the new stuff. I can go back and re up with my old favorites. Like the old Kurosawa movie.
Yeah. Just like I just watched The Last Starfighter from the 80s.
Yeah,
even though those graphics are horrible, I watched the 1986 Trick or Treat. I told you, some of those old fun classics that they don't stand up to today. But
I think those things, the comfort viewing is really important at the moment, because like at the moment it feels like every day's a hangover day. That you've lost your routine. You've lost your routine. And like, I think back to like when I had my regular hangover days when I was a bit younger, and I would eat curry. I'd just eat all my comfort food, and I'd binge, and I'd eventually watch stuff I've seen on Netflix already. But I'm going to watch it again, like maybe Breaking Bad, because I don't want to engage myself too much. I'm brain dead right now. And if I fall asleep, it's fine, And right now, because we've got no routine, I don't know about you, but I'm finding it difficult to sleep. Normally, I am putting old stuff on, because if I fall asleep, I know what happens anyway. It's all right. I wake up and I won't be,
Well, last week I watched Maximum Overdrive. And then we created a show for Friday called The Matrix Overdrive. We got somebody on The Matrix, and we start twisting the movie where what if it's really a Matrix that wasn't really a comet that brought machines back to life. So it's fun to use some of the stuff and even create a show on it.
Why not? I mean, now there is like, I'm a little bit, okay, I'm in two minds on this. Like, with people finding the positive in this situation, that if you've got a family, if you've got kids, you're actually spending more time with them. Like I haven't. I'm not spending time with other people's families. Obviously, that would be weird. So like then people are like, well, you can use this time to learn a new language. You can use this time to learn a new skill. You can use this time to get creative. And I like that. On the other hand, I don't like this all kind of like me. I'm going to sing this song now because everybody's sad and all that. Particularly from certain famous people, I guess. But like, it's true though. At the same time, it is true because, why not use this time to experiment with a new show, and if it doesn't work out, you don't have to do it again anyway. This is the perfect time because the audience presumably is there more than ever at the moment because we're allegedly all at home. So yeah. I do agree with that.
Well, one of the things that Bob and I try to do, like on this show, we try not to go too much into the viruses, COVID, because we still want to be that show that people can go to and have some fun. Not because I don't want to be that show because what's going to happen to your show if all you did was the conspiracies of the virus, and the virus is finally gone, then you're nothing, you know. That's why, like, this Thursday, the show we're having on this Thursday is we're talking to the Midwest women that She Squatters, Bigfoot, the first Midwest female group, which technically Bob is flying back to America, so he's not going to be on it. Maybe. But the Truth Seeker 69 is going to co-host that show with me, and it's fun to continue on. You know, I mean, we have to talk a little bit about the COVID-19 because it is going on, but you don't have to base a whole show on it. That's why I was so excited that you said you wanted to come on, because you're a different flavor. You know, we get to chat about something different.
I was like, no, dude, you did not get him to come on, dude. We're a little ass fucking pissant channel. There's no big, no. No, dude, no way coming on this show. The dude, and I'm right down the road from the BBC, man. That's a big ass complex. I said, homie hangs at the BBC, man. You should see this place.
Not that one though. That's Salford, isn't it? Salford Keys. I'm London, baby. But no, I have been to Salford. I have been to Salford Keys, and that building is like, if you go inside, the furniture, it's like IKEA on acid. It really is. It's just all these like luminous green, crazy sofas, and I like Manchester. I like Manchester a lot. I don't particularly like Salford Keys because it could be anywhere in the world. It's shiny, it's big and open and corporate, but Manchester's got soul still. It's a cool city.
Oh, you have music.
This is what I like. When people say that this show is a perfect escape from the CV-19. That's what makes it awesome.
And I think you're right as well. To sort of, how can you not mention it? How can you not mention it in this time that we're living in it? But it is getting to the. Excuse me. There was a point where I was obsessed. You know, it's constantly what I was reading on Twitter and actively seeking it. I was listening to talk radio all the time. But now I'm at the stage where I'm mostly trying to switch off from it. It's like the Brexit thing we had here, you know, it was like dominating everything, and like you're engaged, you're fired up for a while, but in the end you start to kind of yearn for a simpler time, I guess. I think it's good to get some escapism.
Yeah, the Royals, man. I see the Royals on your papers like every other day. The Royals.
Oh, the Royals, man. The Royals can do one. You know what? I'm not a royalist. I don't hate the royal family. I don't know them personally. I just don't really care about them. I just don't care about them.
It'd be good for a cabinet. See, we're technically the kings, the rightful. We're the rightful heirs of England.
Yeah,
by right. I've been over here doing the research. I found it. I found our missing link. I found our family link. We're actually supposed to have the crowd, our family. Kind of cool.
We have a video. We actually do have a video we did 2 weeks ago that's called "We Are the Real Royal Family," and we actually showed not like proof, but newspaper clips of a man claiming that he is the actual person to the crown, and we're related to this guy. So if he actually dies, we become the royal family of British. And hey, I think we could do a better job than the people they got, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna watch that video, and I think I'm pretty happy to say, without watching it, I think I prefer you guys as the royal family.
Yeah,
you could be my kings.
Anthropology. I found it. It's in Wales. It's the original kings of Wales. He was assassinated, and then the family split. You know, they were going to kill the entire family, so the family took off to the Americas. So that's the gist of the whole thing. And it ended with the Evans family, the old way of spelling Evans family. It ended with that family line. That family bailed to the United States because they were going to be killed. You know, they're going to be, once a king takes over another area, they wipe out the whole family. So our mother was looking for a biological father. He found the guy, and then we found out that he put a full-blown spread in the London Times newspaper, and I found the newspaper spread. I said, dude, that fucking guy is technically related to us. He's like our half uncle. And I showed it to Eric. Then the professor that does out of Wales he did his whole dissertation on the family lineages. And I found the family lineage it goes all the way down to the Evans. And I sent Eric the actual tree that goes down to that family. I go, dude, the family after that is in fucking Colorado, man. That's our family over there. That's the mother's side's family. That's them. Eric's like, huh? Looked it up. I said, yeah, dude, no joke. We're the fucking rightful goddamn kings of England.
And And I just put that video in the chat in case anybody else in chat that never seen it. Here it is. The episode was called "Who is the Real Family of England?" And we weren't just bullshitting. We actually showed the article. So hey, why not, man? I mean, weirdest things happen, right? Because listen, once you have power, you think they want to give it up? You think Queen Elizabeth and that group family will say, no, they're fake. They're going to make sure they're going to do everything in their power because listen, they got the easiest job in the world. They don't run the country. The prime minister does. All they do is collect money and take pictures for the photos and look at my baby. Look at my new babies. I mean, what else do they do?
Yeah,
Bob has the theory that the Queen Elizabeth is a CGI effect.
It's
quite possible. She could be hologram by now. She probably died 20 years ago and just been beamed back to us like they did with Prince on stage that time. But like, I think the only positive. Again, I'm sort of like indifferent. I'm like whatever. I just don't really want to hear about them. But like, I think the only kind of positive I can give towards them is that they're definitely good for the economy because the tourism is unbelievable. I think non-British care about them more than British. Like when I have been put through the ordeal, having to see news reports and what have you on the events like the births and the royal weddings and all that. When they talk to people in the crowds waiting and watching, most of them are Canadian or American even or Australian. There's seems to be a minority of British people actually. So I think in terms of the economy and tourism, it seems to be quite good, but everything else outweighs that for sure.
Yeah. I told her don't hate the royals. I said, dude, because if you want to we want to actually fight this and actually have it at least looked at by somebody of authority.
Yeah, this is Game of Thrones. This is the real life Game of Thrones we've got going on here. You've got to fight for that throne.
We don't want them being wiped out. I mean, I'd rather have them just be contested. I said, let's just have this fucking thing contested. Homeboy fucking half uncle's gonna be doing it anyway as soon as the queen passes on. And I said, we need to fucking be down there on that table too. I said, hey, by the way, dude, our mom was your fucking sister. So, and our mom is older than you, dude. I mean, our mom is older than the guy claiming it. So I'm like, so technically, we're on top of you. So you're below us. So I know, and our older brother, we used to be a transvestite.
Well,
our brother died. So now it puts me in charge. Our older brother. He was a transvestite.
They're great for the economy. Now, how are you going to get the economy back? Using them? Now, if you put us on the show, if you make us the royal family, I guarantee the economy will triple because everybody wants to know who the hell are these two stupid Americans coming over England thinking they're taking over.
It'll boom.
News, baby. That's news.
It'll boom, baby, and you'll cancel Brexit for us, and the world will be a better place.
Yeah, I hate Europeans. I mean, I don't. It's not that I don't hate them. They remind me of like if you see them, they're like, what's that one show? Hello, my sprockets. Once time we now dance. They're always a little bit on the femme side. They scare me a little bit because I've been all over Europe.
I don't like Brexit. I think Brexit shouldn't happen. But I know what you mean. I think Brexit's just Brexit's a lie. Brexit's a lie.
It is a lie. And I think that they want freedom. I've been all over. A lot of people don't like the European Union. They miss the old ways.
I would rather be in the European Union than not because I don't think there's an alternative. They haven't presented an actual plan for not being in the European Union. They just said it'll be great. It'll be like the good old days, But there was no actual concrete plan. With evidence of this. So if I had, I mean, I get the frustrations with the European Union and it's far from perfect. And I know that the UK is not the only country where, every country in Europe has big pockets of resistance against the European Union. With the facts that were presented to me, I voted to remain in the European Union. But that was purely because there was no actual concrete evidence from what I could see behind the idea to leave. Apart from it would suit rich people, if I'm not pro-European Union as such, if they came back with concrete reasons to, not being in the European Union would definitely mean this would happen and we'd all be fine, but we can still be friends and stuff, I'd be very interested in that, but I'm very much anti-Brexit because it's because what the reality is at the moment is we're all going to be poorer. The rich will be fine because they're rich, and the poor people who were tricked in some cases lied to and voted for it, they're going to end up being, hit the hardest.
I've seen. Here's what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna agree with you on this. I have no dog in this fucking fight, by the way. So I'm a non-biased anthropology, non-biased, and I'm just listening to what you say.
You're an alien in the UK.
I stand in front of the freaking hardware store looking for work, man. Like, way, I can fucking build that shit. Let me hire me. I'm looking for work over here. I'm so fucking poor living over here illegally. But I was in Ireland, and when you talk to the Irish, they love it. What it costs, I'm into the castles and all the restoration work. So the European Union was giving them thousands and thousands of dollars for all of these old restoration projects they've never had before. These things are in ruin, but it brings in a lot of tourism. So they want to rebuild a lot of these old castles, a lot of these old, and they're no problem for a historical blah 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 blah. Here we go for tourism. And they're getting a lot of money to rebuild all of these old historical sites that are just being left to ruin. And so they're doing it. I'm not just saying they're getting it and not doing anything. They are rebuilding beautiful structures out there. Actual castles are getting built. I'm in England. I can barely get into one, maybe if it's built a little bit. But over there, we're talking reinforcements. The places are beautiful. They're really rebuilding them based off the European money, and their economy is doing. They're not upset. So then I come back to England, and then you get a 50-50. Like, I'm mad about this. Well, I hate these people. Well, these people hate me, and we're going to benefit from. I go, what have you done?
Well,
I think it's become such a mess. And it's essentially a blame game. It's like who can we? I don't vote for the Conservatives, the Tories, never have. But so I kind of see them as the root of the problem. I guess I would. But they have to give the people an enemy, and that enemy is the European Union. After Brexit's done, who's going to be the enemy next? Or are people going to wake up and see it's the government? I think London will be the next enemy. Already people say, too much money gets put into London, and yes, a lot more money gets put into London than, say, Manchester or Leeds or somewhere or Edinburgh, but it is the heartbeat of the country. It's like one of the biggest economies, the city of London in the world. It's the capital of so many industries, especially in Europe. So it makes sense because it generates more for the country, but that's the thing. They're going to find a new enemy to focus on once they can't blame the European Union anymore. And I think it'll be London next, and eventually, hopefully, enough people will wake up and we can get this government out of power.
Do you think that the union can actually use this COVID-19 like in a conspiracy way, saying like this is why you need us? Because we're here helping you guys out. We're helping you to get through this. If there weren't a union here, you guys would have nothing. You think that could happen?
Yeah, I think. Well, I like the Boba Fett mug, by the way, but I think yes and no. Like, actually, you are sort of okay. So I'm a Remainer. I didn't want Brexit as it is, and I still don't want it, but I've accepted it. But there are a lot, and I think after that last general election we had, most people who are Remainers sort of shut up, with the fight's over. But now you are hearing some people saying, because they're in negotiations at the moment. We haven't officially left. It's like a transition period, and they're in negotiations at the moment to arrange the deal, of what our relationship will be when we officially leave or when this transition period's over. And people are starting to say, is it really the best time to be having negotiations when we're all fighting this big global pandemic? Maybe we should postpone Brexit. So some people are already, people on my side, by the way, are saying perhaps this is a reason to postpone Brexit. And I actually think we've got to stop finding, it's got to happen now, unfortunately. It's just got to happen now. People voted for it technically twice with this last general election, even though if you look at the parties and what the parties stand for when it comes to Brexit, and more votes went to anti-Brexit parties than pro-Brexit parties. That's true. But still, the result was essentially a Brexit win again with this last election with Boris Johnson winning. So I'm sort of now of the mind it's got to happen. Hopefully it can happen in the best possible way. But yeah, you are seeing some people using the COVID-19 situation as a way of perhaps starting the Brexit fight again.
Oh, they are. I've seen it. You nailed it, dude. They already are here in Manchester. The whole 19 freaking virus thing, man, is restarted a whole new think process. And so now everyone's like, wait a minute, now is not a good time to start breaking away from union. Maybe we need to start pulling together. Now, here we go with conspiracy theory. Was it the plan of the entire fucking time that the Brexit thing was, or no, the COVID fucking 19 was a whole idea to bring everyone together as one big new world order? You know, who fucking knows at this point? Over here, the way the dynamics are working, yeah. I mean, call it what it is, but yeah. The way the think tank and the scuttlebutt or whatever the information is on the street here, hey, maybe we should put off Brexit now that we have this weird virus thing going on.
Yeah,
I think,
and that's okay. But I just think, like we were saying earlier, like I think now's the time just to get us all through this situation while people are dying. You know, try and reduce the deaths and keep it. It's already a horrific number all around the world. Like. After this is all done and dusted, we've got a vaccine, we've got our old normal back, not this new normal people keep talking about. Then is a time for investigations. And, you know, it would be crazy if China wasn't investigated by the World Health Organization or whoever should investigate them. They say there's a danger of WHO investigating China, that it may not be particularly a good thing because China put so much money into but somehow China have to, I mean, I'm not sure about these theories behind the origins of COVID-19. And I'm not suggesting that, you know, Trump's claims that it was developed in a lab in China need to be investigated, but perhaps they do. I'm more sort of, what are they hiding? Because they've obviously hidden information, you know, whether it's numbers and, so it has to, I think after this is all done and dusted is the time. Now we do need to come together. We do. But afterwards is the time to dig deep, really.
Yeah, we need to vote new government's what it is. We need a whole new bring a fucking people in charge. I mean, if you want to just fix the problem, like, hey, what was your suggestion to me? Well, bring everyone back to the table, but a whole new fucking bunch of people. Get rid of the old fuckers. Fire them all.
Yeah. Why is that and a new royal family as well, and you too.
Oh, yeah, we'll be the new royal family, so we'll have a little bit of a say-so in there and say, yeah, I want these fucking home slices right here to be the guys in charge. That guy over there is going to grow my marijuana for me, and those guys are going to grow cattle in the White House or the whatever palace. Yeah, we're going to bring all this together and fix this problem. Easy. It'll be done over fucking lunch. Done.
Yeah, man. we do need
minutes, man.
We need you to table. We need you two to win. We need you two to win this this Game of Thrones for the sake of the UK and maybe even the world. I can see Jake has asked, is it a green screen or a green sheet behind me? I guess it's both. It's a sheet that's green that is masquerading as a screen. It's a cheap one from Amazon, and that's
what my green screen is.
There we go. Yeah, it does the job, although it's not doing the job right now because I've not used StreamYard before, so I didn't set it all up. But it's nice. It's just a nice shade of green for you. You know?
Your cheeks looks nice and shiny with that green screen.
Yeah, you look nicer with the green screen, man. And you got a little black rolling right now, so you look kind of cool.
Well, you know, me and Bob, you know, we already talked about what's going to bring back the economy. And what's going to bring back the economy is people got to start having more sex with their wives and stuff because it's going to take having babies in 10 months to bring back the economy.
Baby back bonds, yeah.
Baby back bonds.
I guess I need to get.
One theory to the whole thing is that everyone's having babies. I didn't cut you off. Everyone's having shagging right now. They're all having babies. So in 9 months, everyone's going to come out pregnant. And they're going to have baby back bonds. So every human is worth like over $7 million at the Federal Reserve. So if you have a whole boosted economy of people, babies, that's more money to lend on each baby. So that's more money in the economy. Yes. Yeah, there it is.
Everything you have to buy to support a baby. It's going to be what's going to bring back the economy. Just watch.
Yeah.
Well, it's all right for some, isn't it? But when you're single and self-isolating, it ain't no fun.
You didn't make no baby? Oh, come on,
Well,
dude.
not with myself. I mean, of course, I can go on a full-on Star Wars investigation, but I do have limits to what I can do. I can't make a baby on my own. I've tried.
You can knock on the door. Excuse me. How many in this house in lockdown? Okay,
Yeah.
can I make a baby?
This is the
okay,
time.
come on in the house. Move on the next, like trick or treat, man.
You
Trick or treat. I'm gonna make a baby.
This is a good point. I've wasted the last 6 weeks. Has it been like
Yeah.
how many babies could I have made by now?
There's a second round coming. Remember, round 2 is coming. This is only the first one, and then they say that round 2 is coming. So you can dress up as a prince or a knight or something, and then like knock on the door and say, "Hi, I'm here to make babies. Anybody here want to shag?"
I'm learning from round 1.
Let me knight Jamie.
Knight him so he can go make babies. Official baby maker. He's up for stud.
All right.
He's
Jamie's
having stud
knighted.
license.
He can go make babies.
Yeah, you have a
very
stud
much.
license.
No
Maybe
child,
president
no
parents.
child support.
Yeah, I have a stud license. And they check your medical reports. Oh, yeah, he's a stud. Yeah, he's up for stud. We have daughters, so go ahead and make a pick if you want. All of them, if you choose. You just go door to door with a stud license.
Well, you know
Big
what? I've got a lot more out of this than I expected. I thought I was coming on the show to chat to 2 cool dudes, 2 good guys on a great channel, but I've not just come away with some good times. I've come away with a mofoing knighthood.
You got
Yes,
that.
yes.
I need to change the name on the StreamYard to Sir Jamie Stangroom. Yeah,
All right,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Spirit Sealed.
Yeah. We're gonna take it away from that guy that plays piano in the glasses. What's his name? Rocket Man guy. What's his name?
Oh, Elton John.
Yeah, he's done, man. He's out. I'm gonna want his back. Give me your fucking knighthood, dude. Give it back. Here, give it back. Get out of here. Go on, get.
Rocket Man him out of here, and you take
him out, dude. They got a whole new freaking set of knights. They all got stud licenses. That's their job, is to go in and campaign. They're gonna loot and take booty and all that good stuff. That's their jobs. These town.
I know you got to leave in a couple of minutes. What do you got coming up on your channel soon?
Good question. I need a plan. Actually, you know what? I'm going to this week and probably into next week as well. I'm glad you guys talked to me about the Empire Strikes Store, the Stormtrooper documentary, because I put 3 years into that and spent some money on it, money that I didn't necessarily have, and it was a real kind of passion project, but I kind of wanted more from it. It's got 20,000 views, which I know is good, but I feel like it would be enjoyed by more than that. So
yes.
Like you've kind of I've sort of been thinking about revisiting it a little bit and sort of going into the making of it a bit more and releasing some unseen clips, if you like. You guys have helped me sort of reinforce that reinvigoration. So I'm probably going to do some Empire Strikes Door themed videos. And to be honest, I have some more location videos because I'm a freelancer, and one of my freelance jobs meant I traveled quite a lot up until a year ago. And I filmed loads of stuff, some of which I've released, like Stranger Things in Atlanta, for example, Breaking Bad in Albuquerque. But I also, when I was in other countries, like in Korea, for example, I did some Marvel locations, found the real places which they use for the film. So I've got a few of those I need to edit, but I do need to start doing some more Star Wars interviews because I've run out.
Yeah.
I've run out. I need some fresh.
I like your last video of the Turkish Star Wars on how
they
made their own Star Wars movie, and they stole clips from the actual Star Wars movie.
Amazing.
Star Wars.
You all need to go and see Turkish Star Wars. It's on YouTube. You can find different kind of varying qualities, if you like, of it. But they were making this. The English translation is The Man Who Saved the World, I think. And the director, it was a big sci-fi film. And the storyline, it is. There are similar beats and elements to Star Wars. But really, when they say Turkish Star Wars, it is because, like you said, they literally stole footage. So they built all these sets, like spaceships and what have you. And there was a freak storm that destroyed the sets. And they didn't have the budget or the time to go and remake these sets. So they just stole footage from Star Wars. And it's so shameless. Like, it's not even discreet.
I just
Not even discreet.
I just put that episode in the chat, guys. This is the episode. You got to click on it. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool. it's like how do they not think they're gonna get like busted by Disney or something? Because Disney wants every penny of your dollar. I mean,
and that's the weird thing. Like, I was really trying to investigate whether they were ever sued or had any kind of pressure put on them, but it seems like they weren't. Seems like they've never had any pressure from Disney. Although an American guy called Ed Glazer, he got hold of the only print of this film and took it on like a cinema tour. He restored it and took it on a cinema tour, but I know he wasn't allowed to charge tickets. He wasn't allowed to charge people to get in. So I'm guessing that was a Disney Lucasfilm thing. You know, all right, you can do this as a fan thing, but you can't make a profit, you know?
Yes. And Jake Drop Bear just asked, drop a link. This is the link, Jake, right here. This is the link to the Turkish Star Wars. You got to watch it. It's only 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. It's an awesome watch.
Yeah. But after that, go and find the full Turkish Star Wars film. You know, we've got time to kill it. It's the trippiest trip you'll have without taking drugs. Honestly, it's.
Man, we should do a commentary on that one day in the future.
You should.
We should do that. Well, you know, just to throw it out there, you know, the Mandela effect community, the flat earth, or whatever the community we have in the cyber, everyone's alternative community. A lot of based off my observations of anthropology, there are a lot of nerds, including myself. That's a proud word. That's a proud badge to have, by the way. A lot of nerds. I'm saying we're talking the audience. You get these people, especially with the Mandela effect. They know their magazines back and fucking forth. I know my Too Much Coffee Man. I know my fucking other comic books back and forth. That's why they have the effect. Because hey, it's changed. What the fuck? People that know the Bible. It's changed, man. What the fuck? So a lot of people they're just nerds. And so you're a very popular person amongst this audience. You need to like put a little effort in there, and then there is an audience for you, man. You can even put, if you think you're Mandela affected, you're welcome here too, you know, and you know, you guys are all welcome. You guys are welcome because we have a big nerd audience. A lot of guys play Dungeons and Dragons. I was doing a lot of people with the Mandela effect. I said, let me ask you a question. Outside of all these questions of Mandela effect, did you ever play Dungeons and Dragons? Well, yeah, that's kind of weird you would ask that. Okay, another one. I had a list. I was like getting yeses all the way fucking down. I was like, how many of you have not played? How many of you collect comic books? Well, yes. How many of you go to yes? Straight up.
Yeah,
yes.
And that's the thing. Like when you're talking about subjects which create debate, and debate obviously naturally creates divides. Yeah, it's fair to say that, you know, nerdy stuff, because not even sport can bring people together, because you're a United fan, well, I'm a City fan, so we both like football, but we're both on the opposite side, you know. But something like Dungeons and Dragons can bring people together no matter what your political beliefs are. But then again, I think that's changed. So you say I think that's changed when it comes to Star Wars. So my channel is like, I guess 70-80% Star Wars. And I've seen such a difference in terms of comments, in terms of growth, since Star Wars, since The Last Jedi. Now, now it's like, okay, if you go back 5 years, 10 years, like, okay, we both disagree on this theory, but do you like Star Wars? Yeah, and then we can have a great chat about Star Wars because we both like Star Wars and we're both on the same page. But now Star Wars is like the kind of nerdy Brexit. It's like you're either, you know, pro Disney Star Wars, I guess, or leave. Disney, and nobody seems to be in the middle. Actually, I think I'm in the middle. I can sort of hear the bad, you know, and see the bad, but at the same time, I don't hate you for thinking it's bad. And but yeah, so now I find Star Wars actually is quite a divisive thing.
You should make it something that brings the group together, man.
It should be, and it used to be, but
bring them all together. You know, that'd be a hell of an undertaking. But if you were to find some common thread between everybody and bring the whole old Star Wars and new Star Wars together in this big old beautiful handbasket, that'd be cool.
I always said it, that Star Wars is meant to be fun. You know, there's no reason to be angry or have a divide. They're all great movies. When you and I saw the prequels, we thought they were fine. Yes, didn't rhyme with the originals. You know, George Lucas probably had the Mandela effect and rewrote things that didn't match. But overall, they're still above average sci-fi movies. You know,
fuck it, it's still good to me. I don't care. I mean, I'm a stoner, man. Everything's cool to us. So fuck, I watch the shit out of them. I buy pizza. Eat pizza. Watch it. Fuck it. If I don't like it, I'm still entertained by not liking it. So that's kind of cool. Oh shit!
I'm in twice because my laptop is about to die, and because I'm not very professional, I didn't bring my charger. So I didn't want it to cut out without me saying bye to you. So I've just got it on my phone as well. So look, you're getting 2 views.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, and in the future, man. Me and Bob, we do these shows Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, same time, 3 days a week at the exact same time. If you ever just want to jump on, you're bored, you just want to come on and chat with us, jump on, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
We're always open. We usually always have somebody from the chat just jump on and just chat about whatever you want. We don't have to have a plot line, but you are our new hope. You are the title, A New Hope. You are the hope, man, through this virus thing. So we want to thank you for coming on, and man, we love you, man. We love your channel. I'm going to keep preaching your channel to the people in the chat so they can check it out.
Thank you.
And hopefully one day we could be your royal family.
Yeah, well, I hope that day comes sooner than we know. I hope it does.
It will.
But, just realised I'm hearing an echo because I've got you.
No, we hear you just fine.
Yeah, no, thank you both for having me. I think you're doing good things there. The chat was we've been doing it for an hour and 5 minutes. It's flown by, so that's always a good sign if it's gone quickly. So no, thank you for the support of the channel, and thank you for having me, and we'll do it again. Before you become official royalty, because then you might be too important to talk to me. So
probably.
No, we have to talk to you. I already made you a knight, so you're part of the family.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you get a mating card too. You're allowed to mate.
Yeah, you get your mating card.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. All right, then. Well, I guess I've got to go off and make some babies.
And you have got some people right here saying they're going to sub you. Patrick Roberts, a great friend of the channel, he's going to sub you. I saw some people earlier. So
you'll get a lot.
Guys, seriously, people in the chat, seriously, if you want to escape conspiracies, Mandela effect, flat Earth, and all that, you just want to escape and have fun, dude. This is the channel just to escape reality, just to kick back and have fun and have great conversations with.
Have fun.
And then what's this one guy says? Later, Stalin, go find a finale to get pregnant.
There you go, man.
I'm on my way.
Dean 8 just subs you, so that's awesome. So
thank you with you on that one.
And Veal, she's the one that talks to the dead for us. So if you ever want a question for us to talk to the dead, Veal's our person. She's our medium on the channel. So, all right, well, have a good day, and me, Bob's gonna stay on for a little longer just to talk with the chat, and you're more than welcome to ever come back.
I'll be back if you'll have me. Yeah. Eric, Bob, thank you very much, and thank you everybody. Take it easy. Stay
have
safe,
a good one, man. Talk to you later.
Yeah. That was cool, man.
Yeah, and sorry. I'm just trying to clean this up a little bit. So guys, that was Jamie. He's a great, fun guy. I'm serious. He has a fun channel. Now, we could go on for, we'll go on for another 30 minutes. So if somebody else in the chat just wants to jump on and say hi real quick, just to have a last, we'll just stay on for like 30 more minutes. I know, Bob, you got to pack. You got to get ready to fly over here to the States. Is your flight still on? Have they canceled it yet?
Yeah, well, tomorrow is when I'm supposed to do my process paperwork for the plane. So far, so good. They haven't canceled it yet. Again, I had to find a ride to London, which there's nothing going to fucking London. Now, I found some trains, but a train will get me there too early, and I need to get a hotel room, but there's no hotel rooms. There's no hotel rooms. Even at the airport, there's no hotel rooms. So there's no hotel rooms except for NHS fucking staff. I go, why are only the fucking health staff allowed to get? I was about ready to grab my stethoscope and just tell them I'm a fucking doctor again. See if I can get down there. I couldn't take a chance, but I have a ride. I have a ride from somebody who's going to drive me down there. It's going to be like 4 hours, whatever. But God, man, it's so hard just to be, they don't want me out of England. Everyone's keeping me in England. I can't get the fuck out of England. I mean, I love England. Don't get me wrong.
Here's a question for the chat. Hey, do you guys want to see Jamie's video. It's just a 4-minute video of the Turkish Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's a very cool video. Would anybody here want to see that real quick? I think it'd be fun just to show it. So, all right, I'm gonna show it. This is his Turkish Star Wars. I'm sure Jamie don't mind. He put this out yesterday because yesterday was May 4th. You know, may the force be with you. So if you guys want to see his Turkish Star Wars, I'm gonna play it, and then please, guys, please sub his channel so he'll come back and you know, he's like I said, his channel is just for fun. So
he's gonna be famous, guys.
So I'm gonna put the volume up. Are you ready, Bob?
Yeah, I am.
In 1982, a Turkish filmmaker with a budget crisis came up with an ingenious plan to bring his sci-fi movie to life. Steal footage from George Lucas's 1977 classic, which is what he did, and is now referred to as Turkish Star Wars. Meanwhile, in 2020, a British man in a quarantine crisis with nothing better to do watched it for the first time and soon discovered that nothing might have been better. So my older brother Mark has been pushing me to watch this for ages now, and I finally did. And wow, Vay, which apparently is wow in Turkish according to Google. Wow, Vay is bad, but it's that kind of bad that mysteriously somehow keeps you engaged right until the end, even though you don't really know what's going on. And the plot, or the kind of plot, spoilers coming up by the way, is something along the lines of Turkish space pilots pitted against a big bad wizard-like tyrant in spiky red headgear who has it in for Earth and needs a human brain to make a weapon powerful enough to penetrate Earth's protective force field.
Nice.
If that hasn't lured you in, then I'm not done yet, because the production also features medieval space knights, mummies, and really angry Sesame Street-style muppets, and presumably a box ton of drugs. Those, by the way, are not official species names. They are just my observations. The Man Who Saves the World, to use its English translation, was directed by Satan Ananch and had a budget of $300,000 US. And the original Star Wars film had a budget of $11 million. And even that was considered a kind of low-budget film at the time. There is a beautifully charming DIY audience to this movie.
We gotta watch this.
Yes.
It's quite interesting in the actual film. This is really where it's earned its notoriety. They built their spaceship sets on a beach in Turkey, and then a freak storm actually destroyed those sets, and they didn't have the budget or the time to rebuild them, which led to them to steal. It's fair to say steal. Okay, maybe borrowed is fairer. Steal footage from the original Star Wars film. Excellent. Death Star, all made far from discreet cameos, giving the illusion that the Turkish pilots are in space. It's so cheeky, charming as well. And they also use old news footage, I think some Star Trek footage as well. And there's some blatant musical thefts from Indiana Jones, Battlestar Galactica, Flash Gordon. And it was actually a bit of a
They stole the music.
in Turkey, but wasn't brought to the attention of an international audience and possibly lawyers as well until the late 90s via bootleg copies. And then in 2015, film historian Ed Glazer saw an advert offering a 35mm distribution.
Sharp character.
So basically, after its release, all copies had been sent back to the owner, the studio, except for one. One Turkish projectionist had this copy that he felt was way too damaged. There was no point sending it back, so he never sent it back. Ed Glazer got hold of it and restored it, and then actually took it on a little bit of a cinema tour. It came to the UK here back in.
We gotta watch this.
I didn't.
Yes.
Know the country at the time, but as far as I know, if memory serves, they weren't charging a fee for the tickets. It was a free event, which is probably something to do with potential legal implications if they were to make a profit from the film. That includes borrowed footage. I'm going to link to a video that Ed Glazer actually narrated. It's only 8 minutes long. It'll be in the description. It's got a bit more detail about this strange story behind this strange film. And the full film is on YouTube. You can find it. varying qualities, of course.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Wherever you are in the world, it's quite possible.
Oh, see this.
Situation as well. This is a trippy yet clean way of killing some time. Have you seen Turkish Star Wars? Let me know in the comments if so. And don't forget to cyber-like this video if you didn't.
That's funny, man. So apparently that video. Oh, look, we got somebody jumping on. Jake, the doppelganger bear. What's going on, buddy?
Doppelganger bear.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
We gotta
stuff.
we gotta find
positive stuff.
Star Wars.
Welcome aboard, man. What did you think?
Dude,
What did you think of
stuff,
that video clip? What did you think of that?
That stuff is hilarious. Oh, that was hilarious, man. That on the Turkish Star. So I guess they're pushing that propaganda on their people, like saying that was real, like they're in space in Star Wars, or like, did I miss a point?
No,
Yeah.
To complete the movie, they stole the scenes from the original Star Wars movie, and they stole music from the Indiana Jones series to finish their movie.
I guess they have movie
Oh
theaters.
man, that's too funny, man.
Now if you're doing it for like putting on YouTube, that's one thing. But if you're gonna steal parts and put it on a big screen, you're gonna get caught.
Well, you know,
Fuck, for sure, right?
Look where it's at. I mean, who's gonna go over there and fucking make a protest, right? I mean, he's gonna.
Disney will. Disney will want every penny of that dollar.
True. Yeah, absolutely. They will definitely want money for that. That's a wonderful movie, man.
You know, they'll probably not, they won't give me a strike, but they'll probably send me YouTube will probably send me an email saying you got to clip this scene out. I bet you they will, because if you don't got permission from Star Wars for anything, dude, they'll
Well, hope not.
no.
Oh yeah, they'll take everything you own. It's Disney now. It's the Nazis. The Nazis got everything now.
The Nazis
They
won
got your
the war.
space. They got your TV, man.
If you have the Mandela effect like I have it, I've already seen the Nazis won the timeline.
Oh yeah, well, me myself, I'm of German heritage, supposedly on my dad's side.
That's true.
So, yeah. Well, I got ginger in the beard, so they accuse me of being Irish. I'm bald and I'm apparently a skinhead, so I end up being the Nazi, like, and I'm 6'3", so yeah.
Yeah, same with me, man. Our grandmother's name is Strozer. So, you know, I mean.
Why'd my camera flip?
Oh, shit. You know, usually we have a thing about ghosts in our machine, so it usually fucks your shit up. It sure did. It flipped your camera.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've always had problems with that. Yeah. My hands have been away from it. Like, you know, I got one hand holding my phone. Like, I would like to have the luxury, like you guys, having the camera in front of you, but I don't got that.
I have a little tablet. It just sits on a freaking table, and I'm sitting in a chair with a map behind me. I mean, we're not high budget at all. Shit.
No, last night I was on the Matrix Unveiled channel. He did that. He does that radio show. So, and it was also a simulcast with YouTube. So, as soon as his radio show went off, it continued on to his YouTube channel, and then all suddenly. I'm not saying the Matrix AI was fucking with us, but every time it wasn't me, but every time he starts speaking, it'll cut him off, and then I would get these weird noises like I'm like, where the fuck is this noise coming from? And every time somebody was asking him a question about a Matrix, that's when it cut him off. But if you ask him questions about something else, it wasn't. I'm not trying to bring a conspiracy to this, but it was weird last night. To the point where we actually had to end the show because he couldn't answer no questions because they kept cutting him off.
Yeah, I was hacking your computers.
Well,
I was getting into your hard drive.
Well,
sorry about that. I didn't know if you
just started saying that, trying to explain it. When you were just trying to explain that, it cut out very heavily. I don't know if I'm cutting out or not, but you cut out very heavily. While you were trying to explain the Matrix and how you were trying to ask him questions about it.
It glitched.
Well, He even jumped off his computer and went onto his phone just to see if his computer was doing it. Even when he got on another source like his phone and got off his internet and went with the 5G or 4G, it still kept doing it.
Yeah.
So
I'm on the 4G right now.
And when I talked, nothing went wrong. Everybody could hear me just fine. It's just only when he answered Matrix questions, because there's some deep questions. They were like, did Matrix create a god in a way, and it would just keep cutting him off on those kind of questions. But if you ask him a question like, what you put in your coffee? It did not. It was just weird. It was just weird.
Oh. Yeah, that's interesting.
So
that Turkish Star Wars stuff, I can't wait to watch that, man. That's going to be so funny to sit down. I'm going to find that whole movie, man.
Well, check out his other one with the about the guy that hits his head documentary. That's really good too. That's the one that was the first one I saw his. I was like, this is good. You can't leave because it's like a murder mystery, but a guy hits his head mystery. It's just a guy in a uniform and the first movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Eric explained, like in The Hope, the first Star Wars, The Hope. And when Darth Vader first gets to the ship and he's marching, dun, 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 and behind him, he's got 3 stormtroopers marching in sequence right behind him. And so as they go through a doorway, one of them hits their head just at the tip of the door, goes plop like this, and it manages to straighten their head back up and keep walking with them. And they kept the clip in. And so, what the fuck? What just happened? I never noticed that before. And so he tries to find the guys that claim to be the guy in the.
I think I would have noticed that.
Yes, if you go to his channel, those episodes are called "The Empire Strikes Door," and he's got the teasers, he's got the 40 minutes, and think about it. He made a documentary about a guy bumping his head inside the suit. Who was that guy? He actually did lie detector tests, and he went to find the truth. I mean, you wouldn't even think he could make a documentary about this, but he did. And it's not long, 40 minutes, and it's just fun. You know what I mean? It was just fun. And these guys, like he said on the show, these guys really thought they're that person. They really believe it. I mean, that's what made it great. It wasn't, how you read people, and you're trying to read who's the one who's lying. But they both really thought they were the ones who hit their heads.
Oh, okay,
so good.
And he's even got some guest stars in it. You got a couple guest stars.
Kevin Smith.
Makes a little spot there. Makes it big. And you get like kind of an audience everyone's making a decision which one of the guys they think it really was. And even Eric and I are going, man, this is we had to take our own guess which guy we thought it was. It was kind of cool like that.
I'm thinking one of them was lying, if not both of them, but at least both of those guys used that story to get laid, and they thought that a woman or their wife or somebody that's close to them was watching, and they could not afford to back out on the lie that they already what's that term they say all the time, like SJWs, double down. They couldn't. One of them couldn't back out. If not, both of them were both liars, and they just both couldn't back out because they both got laid, or their family or something great in their life is dependent on that lie.
And there is
a back out. One of them.
There is a conclusion. There is a conclusion to who passed the lie detector test. So there is technically a winner. But like you said, do we really know the lie detector test is 100%? But there is a winner in it.
One guy died. I was wondering if that guy was so stressed out that he got caught in a fucking big ass whopper that he might have fucking croaked. I don't want to put that on the poor guy and say, hey man, you better cause a death. No, but it made me wonder. Well, the guy probably either he's faked his death, or he actually had a heart attack or something. Like he was so scared to be found out. This is real cool. What the fuck? It's just this, but they're making money though. He's making money at Comic-Con, claiming to be that guy. That's how important it is. So,
and what's so nice about his channel is that he just doesn't interview big people. He interviews the sidekicks of these movies, the extras. Because guys like us, we would never be big actors, but we could be an extra, and for us, being an extra in a movie would be huge.
Oh, easy.
and talking to these people, how passionate they are.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like he interviewed
I'd
this
be
one
showing that
guy.
to all my friends.
Did you know this? In one of his videos, he created a video. There was a scene that in A New Hope where Leia handing out the medal. Well, there was an original guy that was cut. They cut his scene out, but he interviewed the guy who originally had out the medal.
Well, Chewbacca got a medal in my timeline.
Wondering why he got cut out. Well, if you look at I'll shut up for a sec.
No. That's the question. Why he got cut out? I mean, that was what he was interviewing on. I don't want to tell you guys what the guys say because you have to watch the video yourself. But that's what makes it fun. You know, why did he cut out? And honestly, would George Lucas even really tell you why he cut certain scenes out? I really believe that George.
Of course he wouldn't.
Affected.
Of course he would.
Of course he wouldn't tell you. Like he'd lose to tell you. He could gain money to not tell you. It's a secret. Everyone wants to pay money for a secret. How do you think they get everybody to join the Freemasons? Not to go on a big rant about it, just saying that's everyone wants to know something they don't want to know. That's more valuable than monetary value. That's how Scientology was born.
You've nailed it. That's correct. I was in Freemasonry for a little bit. I got out, but when I was in there, all the guys in that Freemasonry, like your butcher, it's your fucking cop down the street, it's this guy. Everybody had a different job. I was in a museum. Everybody just wanted to know the answer. What's the secret? And they don't give it to you. You got to read all these things.
They want to know why. It's like
all the way up. You got to do a theatrical performance.
I'm not cutting you off. Sorry.
New sheet and new this, like exactly what you're talking about. But everybody wants and nobody will give each other the answer. Someone says a 33 or someone says what's the answer? Shh, you'll get there. Get where?
So,
no one knows why. Even though satanic fucks don't know why. But the thing that is enough for them is they want power. That's it. You know what I mean?
Hey Jake,
why?
You don't have to tell me what city you're from, but what state are you from, Jake?
Canada, Southern Ontario, born out of Hamilton, Ontario,
wow.
Canada.
So where you're at, what kind of it's always interesting because every city, every state, all have different restrictions everywhere. You know, like Brian's video of going to Walmart, they had restrictions on things you could buy. The Walmart here, you can buy whatever you want. What's it like where you're at?
Here we go. The door. The Empire door.
Yeah, it's not me. Hold on. I got to flip it again.
Empire Strikes Door, Bob. Empire Strikes Door.
It's the door. It's the doors of perception.
Hold on. It's flipping. It's loading on my screen. I don't know if you guys are yet or not, but hold on.
No, like I said, what's it like where you're at? What's the restrictions you have in Canada?
There we go. Yeah, so the answer to your question is, well, on my channel, I went to I live in the boonies now, so this is why my stuff's a little sketchy. So I went to my home city. I went and visited the hospital and tried to videotape it, showing it to be completely empty. They kicked me out for videotaping. Then the average day-to-day stuff, they've shut down all our bars and eateries in my part of Southern Ontario, out of Hamilton, Burlington, Toronto, to a lot of places people have heard of in Hamilton or Ontario in Canada. So what we're facing is like you got lineups. You got to be 6 feet apart to get your beer. There's only a couple places that are store policy to wear masks. I barely see people with masks, but that's because I live in the boonies. We're generally not afraid of silly stuff. They're more afraid of their flock and cows getting sick than they are worried about themselves getting sick. They know they can nurse themselves back to health. In general, like my father just last Saturday had a big birthday party. Tons of people came over, and this is something would not be normally done with a bunch of drinking man Canadians with beards who are very headstrong males. about between 40 and 65 years old, hugging each other at a fire. Well, we're all just so glad to because everyone had to escape their wives. They couldn't only one guy, bring his wife with him. Only one guy had a wife that was willing to let him go out. And then, so in general, there's a lot of people scared. And even my best friend I grew up with, he won't even let me into his house. He won't come to my house. He won't come to my farm to shoot guns with me. He won't do nothing right now. He's got his kid on permanent grounding. So there is a lot of fear floating around. I try and break it. But you can't. You can't force it upon them. The other shameful thing is there's many people that were on board with knowing that the government hoaxes a bunch of crap on you, that they're lying to you. They know media is fake, but they believe them this time. And it's like, but you haven't believed them for 4 shootings in a row, but you believe them this time. I just don't get that.
It's something in the air, dude. Something in the air. And since 2016, when I woke up with the Mandela effect, I had friends that completely changed. They were not the same people. They are different, even though they look similar, but they're not. They acted different. They do think their habits were different. One guy I know had a face. It was like a body mark on his face. I know he and I used to.
I can't get the hat right.
He used to sell me pot, and then next thing you know, in 2016, under his beard, his mark was gone. There was the mark was gone on his face. Oh, Eric took up. So his face completely changed. And they acted different. He treated me different. I'm like, dude, he used to sell me pot. The pot salesman, you hang out with your pot, you smoke, you talk about weed with the pot.
Yeah,
to make you feel. That way he gets
show up with a flute and smoke a bong with him.
Yeah, and so, but the guy was like, "You want to smoke a bowl?" No. Why would you not want to smoke? Different. So he would be the kind of guy who'd be sitting in his house with the door locked. Now, I mean, he would not have. He's not that guy back home. I'd known him. He would not. He would be getting high. He'd invite you over for fucking barbecue chicken and we'll be smoking pot. But now it's like he locked his door.
Oh, okay.
Like this ain't the. So the people that we used to know, some of them are not the same. They believe it. They're just programmed.
Some of them took that back for some reason. People that were already here with us were for some reason they took a back step. I just don't understand it. Not getting too deep into it, but that's what we're facing here is people that were once awake are now reverting. A man who knows that a fake 9/11 or not knows, he had discovered that they hoaxed it, whatever, right? He's now taking a back step because of this. And he's starting to reanalysis and starting to re-believe stuff that he already knew was bullshit. I just don't understand it. Yeah. It's a man who I grew up with, a man that I would trust with my life and my soul to protect me. You know what I mean? And he's even taken a back step. He won't let me into his house. You know what I mean? I'm and that's not my friend. That's not my best friend I grew up with.
Nope. It was a buddy of mine at my workplace, old workplace. We talked about, I tried to convert him over, and he was a boiler tech, and I made a video about it, boiler tech in the Navy, and they're famous for their kidney punches. This is a joke you play down there. Hey, we need a punch. Can you go grab me a punch down there from the engineers down steering down there? Huh? Yeah, ask them we need a punch. We can't fix this without a punch. Ask them for a punch. Thinking it's an object, you go down there and you ask the boiler techs, hey, I need a boiler tech punch. Oh, yeah, come over here. Boom, and it hits you in the kidneys, in the back, where the kidneys used to be.
Oh yeah. I'm a supporter of the Mandela. I know you can't deny at this point there's enough, if you just watch Brian Staveley's points, because he's got the best one for it. He got the infallible ones, not the ones that are word semantics or anything like that. The body changes are huge. The kidney, the heart, you know what I mean? Just my aunts and stuff like that. My, she died I don't know, 5 years ago, but she died at almost 7 years old. And she only got to 70 because of kidney transplant. She had a scar on her body, put to rest in her coffin. You know what I mean? It's puzzling because so many people we've all known had kidney transplants. And now all of a sudden, people's scars have moved on their bodies. Like if it's been long enough, when it first happened, the scars were still in the same place, but your kidney's been switched. And then for some reason that scar is moved. You don't feel it. It's not like you like get a new injury and then heal from it. It moves on your body to the appropriate place to where.
Oh shit! We lost your audio.
Can you hear me?
I got you, Eric. You just came back in, and then Jake lost his audio. So we've got anomalies. No, I believe you, Jake. I've got a scar here on my right side by the rib cage. It's brand new. Never seen it before. Popped up during the Mandela effect. I had a Turk's head anklet on my ankle with strand on with one strand. I made a video on it. It was completely scarred to fucking nothing. It would look like I was in a shackle for fucking years. It was on there for over 23 years. 2016, I cut it off. Scars gone. No scars. It's impossible. Scars are gone. And then like one little white dot there. Body marks that it's not supposed to be there or here. Things have just changed. Face changed. My nose changed. I saw my own face change. I saw people's faces change, and I know a lot of people, man. This is just we're either jumping into dimensions or things are changing. There's a two theory that, or things are changing around you, and you're just in it. Whatever you're at, you're just your soul, your primary soul is just riding into your vessel, and then it's just changing all around you, and you included. So a lot of people like that. Eric used to be a good-looking man.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened to Eric. He just God, it's kind of bad like that.
Oh, weren't we all? I think I've already lost it. When I lost the hair, I thought that was the key to like losing attractiveness. But apparently, women don't care about hair that much. Not on a man's scalp. But if you got the beard, they like the beard. I don't. So I want to apologize real quick because I realized I switched from using the word continue to say kidney, but I started saying appendix.
Appendix. Yes, the appendix.
Started saying appendix.
Yeah,
but it was kidney that I was meaning to say. So I have to apologize for that. Yeah. I started saying I continued to use the wrong word by accident. I was talking about how your kidneys have moved up into your rib cage, and that to get kidney replacements from your family members, and that's what I was talking about, not appendix. Sorry about that.
Well, the good news is that your audio, we didn't catch any of that. So your audio went off. So you were talking about your kidneys. So you were correct, and then your audio went off, and then I guess you were getting it wrong, and then your audio came back on. So we don't even know. You were saying it correctly the whole time. We didn't even hear the other half.
Oh, really?
So yeah, your audio went off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was talking
about the incorrect things you were saying. We didn't hear, by the way.
So something supernatural censored, or the internet censored my wrongness.
Yeah, it censored your wrongness, so you didn't even say anything wrong that we heard of.
Well, I agree with Ryan. You just going to take that? I know, right? He's talking shit about me. I agree with you, Ryan. How dare that motherfucker talk shit about me? He wants to fly back to America and have a place to stay. I'll put him in the shed.
I wish I knew how to pull back up the chat. I can't even see the chat right now. I'm not that like adept with being in like live chats. Like this is actually like the first time being on camera on somebody's show.
Oh shit!
Well, that's awesome, dude. I know somebody else just emailed me from the chat. Wants to do jump on like do a show with us. It's a time. His title's called "It's Time to Wake Up." This Friday, I got me, Bob. Bob will be back, and we don't have a guest for Friday. So if you want to jump on this Friday, that's fine. Jump on. We'll talk about whatever you want. So I don't think it's worth it for you to come on now because I'm only going to be on for another 20 minutes. But if you want to come on Friday, let's do it. Well, that's good, Jake. I'm glad that we're so basically breaking news right now. Are you telling me, Jake, that this is the first show you ever went on?
This is my live. Yes, this is my debut live, technically.
Wow, man.
My room's a mess. If I give you a pan around my room, it would make you laugh. Like if I give you a pan, like it's a mess. Like If I showed you, like, if I accidentally, like, I don't got a camera or a computer to do what you guys are doing, have that, like, constant stream, and I live in the boonies, so I'm eating away my phone data to do this, too.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you making us your first show to go live with. That's awesome.
I'm grabbing some coffee.
I thought it was worth coming in because
I think we lost his audio.
His audio keeps turning off. I'm grabbing coffee while you guys are talking.
Yeah. Jake, we lost your audio. Jake, we lost your audio. Yeah, I don't know if you can read the chat. I'll put it on there. Jake, we lost your audio. Let me see what happens when we do this. Up.
Oh, sorry. Getting back in, getting back.
Watch out, Rick will make you cry. Make you
What
cry.
happens?
it's the same.
We will make you cry.
It forced me into mute again.
Oh.
So you're getting some weird ass bugs into your computer, man. Patrick Roberts has that on ours. Some other people, sometimes they come on here and they get like bugs. They'll get bugs in their system they never had before. It's kind of weird. Like we might be experiencing some. You might have brought yourself a demon in with you. Where's Clown at when you need him? Demon hunter. Where's the demon hunter at? We'll find ourselves a demon.
Well, we do have Veal. I mean, she's good friends with Clown. She's a medium that was on our show. Maybe she can help. Medium, do you see some kind of a spirit that's causing this for Jake to have problems? We'll see what she says. Maybe she sees something we don't see.
Do we got spirit? Eric, you know what, dude? The last show we were in, I don't know if you got my email.
1 minute. You said 1 minute, 1 minute, or 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 15 seconds that you saw something that flew out of your body.
Did you see that fucking thing? It was looked like a damn a hummingbird. It looked like a fucking hummingbird, man, and it flew out. It flew out. Oh, we lost him.
Oh, we lost him. And Veal just says, actually, I do. So she does see something there. Well, it's Ma.
Is it a moth? Is it a demon moth? I saw one. It was. Oh man, he's having technical difficulties. Don't worry. I mean, at least he came on for a little bit. He can come back on. That was Jake's first time coming on to a live show and doing live. So everyone has technical difficulties when they do it the first time.
That's awesome. Being somebody's first time to come on where they feel comfortable and we don't judge. I mean, you might judge, but we don't really judge.
Judge not, lest ye be judged. According to the new Bible, old Bible. The old Bible says that. The new one don't have that in there.
I think it'd be fun on Friday because we get to hear your experience. We heard Brian's experience flying from the East Coast to the West Coast. You're flying from another country.
Yeah.
And you're flying from another country to Texas and then Texas to here. So I'm interested to see how you're treated during your trip.
God, it's already a pain in the fucking ass, man. It's really fucking hard. The airport in this town is closed. The only one open is in fucking London. All the coaches, the buses are closed. Everything. They do have the trains running. They said the trains are running, but only certain hours. Oh my God, man. So when it comes to travel, let me tell everyone out there, it's fucking hard to travel.
Hey Bob,
man.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to find that video because 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 15 seconds, and it was a show that we did on Friday, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find it right now and get it on here.
Hey Jake, you're fine, dude. You're fine. It's your first time on. You did a good time, man. You showed up. You don't even have to be on that long, you guys. You just show up and say hi. If you guys ever want to come on, you guys just come on, just say hi. Just talk a little bit about yourself and then jump off. There's no sweat. You're not a bad guest.
And Bob, I just want to double check. it is the show we did with the Matrix, right?
The show we did with the Matrix.
Okay.
And then it was
1 hour, 19 minutes, and 15 seconds. So I'm trying to find. I copy link. I'm gonna find it.
Okay, because it was so fast, man.
It's so fast, but it's cool. This is what makes it exciting, you know, catching things that you weren't expecting to catch. So hold on. Let me get this commercial off.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me share screen, and we're gonna find it. We want to see. Let's see. Hold on. Can you see it on your screen? Okay, you can see it. So let me go 1 hour and 19 minutes. There we go. Hold on. Okay. Whoop. Hold on. Trying to just bear with us. Okay. Right now I'm at 19:05. So in 10 seconds, I'm gonna play the video from right here, people. Yeah. So in about 10 seconds, Bob, what should we be looking for?
There's an object that comes down off so I'm looking at it, so it'll be my left shoulder. Well, actually, it's my right shoulder because I'm facing out, but you're going to see there's a chair next to me, and there's a black object about the size of a hummingbird come straight at you, like at the camera.
Okay.
Big, too.
So, guys, I'm going to be playing it right now, but it's going to happen in about 10 seconds. So once I hit play.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. In 10 seconds. Here we go.
Right.
He's with his feet. I went out to England on my feet and went to London on my feet. I went to fucking France on my feet. So if he's talking about some stuff with his feet, I'm going to listen to it. So,
got it?
I hope people do the same.
What's that?
You missed it. You
hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back real quick. Hold on. Let me go back. I'm at 19:05 again. Let me look harder. Hold on.
He says that because he's with his feet. I went out to England on my feet and went to London on my feet. I went to fucking France on my feet. So if he's talking about some stuff with his feet.
Oh, yep. I just saw it. I just saw it. I just saw it. It was like it's on the left side of you. It went like this.
Yeah.
Wow. Eddie Wilson saw it too. Oh wow. Here. We do it one more time because now we know where it was at. This is actually exciting. Here. Let me go back one more time. Let me go back. Hold on.
This place haunted, man.
Here we go. I'm at 19:05. So everybody stare at it in 10 seconds. Here we go.
Ryan says that because he's with his feet. I went out to England on my feet and went to London on my feet. I went to fucking France on my feet. So if he's talking about some stuff with his feet,
yep.
So, I hope.
Wow, that is sweet.
Yeah.
Right over the continent where it went.
Yeah, it was big, man. We watched it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that? The thing is huge. It's like that big, you know."
Yeah, because if it was material, it just floats like down.
Yeah, that thing
left and right.
Hard stop, and it stops and goes right at you. It's fucking, you know, this place is. I tell people it's haunted. You always hear me talk about all the scratches and shit. And fuck whatever. No, man, it's fucking haunted like crazy. I'm gonna lie to you. I'm looking forward to getting out of the haunted house for a while. I've been harassed for several months in the fucking haunted house, man. Scratches. I've got that white mark on my arm from the abduction, we call it. I'm not ready to take a little break at your place. It's not haunted. Your house is new, so.
Well, technically the house is like 1955, whatever.
Yeah, no, this is 1700s, dude.
What if you bring that shit to here?
Doubt it. This is a 1700 house. It's 1700s, dude. This is a flat. This is a British building. Don't think of a house made of wood. It's a brick building British. It used to be a tavern and a prostitution place. So it was a whorehouse and tavern. Place is old, man. That's why I came. That's why the person invited me to come to England, because this person has the effect. The owner of the house has the effect, but only crazy people will stay here because it's fucking haunted, like severely, like Amityville kind of severity. So nobody will stay here. I'm like, I got no problem with no fucking ghosts. So I've been here living fucking fine. I get a little beat up sometimes and stuff, but you know.
Let's answer this question, because Betty Wolf was asking, are you coming back to the USA to stay? Bob has to come back to the USA because you can only stay so long in another country, and he's technically an illegal alien right now because he couldn't get on a plane because of what's going on. Bob has to come back for 6 weeks before he's allowed to go back. So Bob either has to get a work visa or marry somebody, and of course that could even take a while to be able to not have to do this. So, and it's kind of fun for Bob. You know, he loves UK. You get to come back for 6 weeks. We get to make our movie, and then when you're ready to go back, you go back, and you know.
Well, it's not just the UK, because when I woke up, I got rid of the house, sold the house. I did all that. There's a whole different story behind that. I'm living out of a backpack. So Eric knows I'm actually staying at his place. Older brother staying at his place for a little bit, and I'm living out of a backpack. I mean, 100%. I've worked my whole life. I've owned my own house my whole life. I've had multiple vehicles. I've had motorcycles. I had a normal life. But now that we've come to this place and doesn't belong, I'm not from here. I've taken the steps to be on the road. I've been challenging myself. I've been doing I call enlightenment. You know, didn't Jesus go in the desert for 40 days and wander around and find temptation and get away? I'm doing the same shit. I'm disciplining myself. So very small disability. I'm on the road. I've been all over Europe. I still plan on coming back overseas. I've still got a lot more places I want to go to. A couple islands I want to see. I want to go to India. So I still want to go to India. I want to go to Sri Lanka. A lot of places I want to go see. So I'm not staying in the States.
And I get to use you to help build a front gate that I want to build.
Yes.
And look, he's trying.
Here he is.
And so let me do a couple little fast shout outs, because we're only going to be off just for another 10 minutes. You know, Bob's got to pack and get ready. Remember, people, this Thursday, the She Squashers are coming back on. Hold on. 4B's Truth wanted to come on just for 10 minutes with us. So this Thursday, I got the She Squashers coming on. We're going to be talking on Bigfoot. And since Bob is flying in the air, the Truth Seeker 69 will be taking his spot as a co-host for that show. So it'll still be a fun show. I know we're all going to miss Bob, but Bob will be back here on Friday, and we'll do what we do. So since we got 10 minutes left, so how are you, 4BZ Truth? How are you today, Charlie?
Good. How's it going? I just kind of want to drop in on a whim just to see how you guys are doing, and it's nice to see that you guys are always doing your thing, even when I'm like at work and stuff. So, but I just so happen to be off for the day because I went ahead and like injured my foot, and freaking my vein was like gushing blood all over my garage floor. I was like, oh shit.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because now when Bob's coming back to the US, we're still going to do these shows on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at this time, because that's what the time that people knows us at. But since Bob's here, we are going to be trying some night shows, experiment. We have Zulu that wants to do a show with us, but he can only do it after 6 p.m. And just like what I told you, Charlie, that you asked me, when can I come back on your show? And I said, when Bob comes back, we both jump on your show. We want to try different times. We want to see that, because 11 o'clock is a hard time, because when Brian or someone else is doing the show, you notice that most people are over there.
Yeah, and again, I try to do the time frames that work for my life, and evenings are pretty good usually. Yeah. Only because I have a toddler that goes to bed after 8, and then I'm free after he goes to bed. Basically, is how it works. But I don't know.
Now, real quick, now it's time to wake up, bro. Reconfirming, Eric, eating time after 3 p.m. Friday. Now, first of all, when you say 3:30 on Friday, are you East Coast? Are you West Coast? Where are you from? Because 3:30 could be 12:30 for me. So if you could confirm, but if you could only do after 3:30, me and Bob could do that because Bob's here. So, we're open to change some time. So, so it's time to wake up Eastern. So email confirmed 3:30 Eastern. That will be 12:30. Yeah, that's fine. You can do it. That's fine.
Yeah, because different times. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't want to interrupt anybody. Here's a emergency message for all of you young children out there. David Icke, I hate that fucker, but anyway, David Icke, that fucker, his YouTube channel was taken down. Also, he's been banned from Facebook. So
wow, that's interesting. I was just watching a thing with him. It was London Real. That's what it was. I guess London Real had like the record live stream viewership, and that was with David Icke. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
He was taken down from YouTube, and now he's banned from Facebook. Now we got to ask yourself this question. So was old fat ass. What's his name? Was screaming another shill. His was taken down too, and then he came back. I forget what his name was. Another one of them. I forgot. He's an American guy, fat. He screams at the microphone. And
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones was also following the same weird thing, and then he came back. There was nothing wrong with him at all. So take it with a grain of salt with that one, guys. But David Icke was taken off according to my research.
I don't know, but like when he starts talking about like the reptilians that are in control of everything, I'm like, I don't know. There's not a lot of people talking about that, and I just think it's interesting.
There's actually a lot of shows being taken down. Russian video channel got taken down.
Yeah, Russian vids.
Russian vid. So he had to start another channel. I think it's called RV Vids now. Or am I wrong?
Maybe. I don't know.
Now shows like them, they can come back easy and get people to jump right back on. Now shows like us can hurt us because we don't have
a large following yet.
People exactly.
Yeah, I mean we have like 2,000 to 3,000 or 4,000 or whatever, but it's like when they're gone, it's like they don't know how to find you again. But
mine's still up. Mine's Robert Wood is still going. They don't know what the fuck to make of my shit.
Yeah,
know what the fuck. This guy's a crazy guy.
I've been talking a lot about the C19 stuff and trying not to say the trigger words because I don't want the boss to attack my channel. But I actually, I've had 2 videos taken down, and I've had most of my videos demonetized. I don't even want to monetize my stuff anymore because it's like I almost wonder if that puts me on the radar so that they can stop, showing it to the public. I guess you could say.
On your, what kind of average content that you do. Me, Bob. This show, we just do what we want to do to have fun. So we're not really a threat to anybody.
I'm a little too serious, I think.
Well, here's your show. You did on Friday or Sunday. I can't remember what day. I was on there. I went to say hi. And I remember just making a joke, just saying, maybe I'm the Messiah. And then you had somebody in the chat saying, dude, you're taking it too far. I'm like,
I know.
What?
Honestly, I mean, I've kind of ventured away from that mindset a little bit to where, I mean, I can say that I'm religious in my perspective, but I don't. I don't fault anybody else for their position, I guess. I like if somebody's joking around about it, I don't like say, God's going to strike you dead with your blasphemy or whatever.
Be careful. It might be the right guy. Like, don't be putting down people too fast. That might be the guy. Shit. I didn't mean to put you down there, Messiah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Don't curse me.
What the hell?
Are you
What the? I don't know what. Oh, here, am I? Can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah, I heard an echo.
I don't know what the fuck is going on. Since I went on the Matrix Unveiled thing last night, weird shit's been happening.
Huh. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's weird.
No,
you gotta be careful.
it is funny sometimes what kind of guests we have on, because sometimes I go in your chat, Charlie, and people are more loosened up. You know, they'll have fun, they'll joke with you. But the show you did on Friday or Sunday, fucking nobody.
I have a mixed bag. There's a mixed bag of people that freaking listen to my stuff. It's kind of hit and miss, like depending on the video. And you know, I talk a lot about the conspiracy behind COVID, and I talk a lot about you know, the religious or the spiritual implications of truth and things like that, philosophy. But I do have a lot of religious people following my stuff, and I'm like borderline for a lot of people because they don't want to venture too far into the conspiracy stuff. And you know, obviously the near-death experience stuff. I love talking about near-death experiences. That's kind of my thing.
Well, yeah, there's a platform for everything. That's good. That's good you're providing that, because
that's fine. But I just feel sometimes I just feel like people got to loosen up a little bit. You know, we can't live life just too like narrow. You know, open up, enjoy it, have fun.
For what it's worth, you didn't offend me, even though because I hear a lot of people saying like we're all Christ waiting to wake up. So in other words, like you know, like if we are the temple of God, you know, we all have the capacity to be that conduit, or the Christ for that matter. You know, it's one of those kind of things.
Let me just let me answer this chat real quick. Eric, I'll do a quick video announcing Friday to my subs. Email me the number and I'll call in. I'll get you that number, because remember, Bob, I was telling you I have a phone number through Comcast cable that I never used. I'm going to use that number for him to use. So I actually don't know that phone number on top of my head, but I do have a free phone number. I'll find it and I'll email you that number so you can call in and
do a call-in show.
What's that?
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that phone number that I don't use. I just don't know it. So by Friday, Bob, I'll get a phone for him to call in, and we're gonna do that phone thing like Brian does. But I actually have a real phone number that I guess it comes with the package, the internet and the TV package, but I never use that number. But
that's cool.
So I'll use that number for him on Friday. And anybody who wasn't here the first hour, Jamie Stangroom was on for the first hour, and he's just a fantastic guy. He's very fun. So please, guys, trust me on this.
Check his shit out.
Watch it. He's a fun guy. You'll love his documentary on the stormtrooper who hit his head. Even though it's meant to be funny, but he does it for real. So it's a mix of a real documentary with his kind of humor that matches this show perfectly. So take a break from the Mandela Effect world, take a break from the Flat Earth world, and just watch some of his content. Trust me, you'll enjoy it. It's a good escape from reality.
Star Wars. Yeah.
I sub to his channel, by the way.
And let me, while you guys talk real quick, I'm going to find his channel. I'm going to re-put it in the sub. I'm going to re-put it in the chat. So give me a second, guys.
Yeah.
So Star Wars.
Yeah. Cool. So, Robert, what's up, man? I haven't actually been talking to you very much, but.
Oh no, I don't talk to hardly anybody. England, man. I'm just in England. I'm trying to enjoy as much as I can. Just trying to soak in the atmosphere. Taking dogs for walks, pedigree dogs for walks at nighttime. Checking shit out. Just going into haunted places. Debunking. Yeah. They have the best cemeteries, man. Old Gothic church, things that you saw when you were a kid, you always wanted to visit. Now is the time. This is like, I wouldn't have never had this opportunity had it not been for the Mandela Effect or the fucking fake ass comic book world we live in now. So I see it as a comic book world. I'm not insane for saying that. I treat it as such. So I'm looking at the fucking Gothic buildings. I'm going inside of it. I'm talking to Bobbies. I'm talking to anything and everything we saw when we were kids growing up, and seeing these people having chats with different cultures and different accents that are cool to listen to. And
poor Bob, okay with us.
We're all lunatics here.
We're the lunatics in England. They remind me of Americans, man. They're the same as Americans. Just
different accent, same attitude.
You're right. When I went to Denmark beginning of last year, it's a lot. We're almost all the same. It's just the language is a little different. I mean, the stores are the same. I got bored walking in there the same. And there's one thing I learned about going to another country. Never go with your son, okay? Because he will ignore you, take off with a friend, and you're left there all by yourself in another country. I was walking to Denmark by myself. My son was hanging out with his friend, gone. I had nobody. It's boring walking around by yourself, dude. In another country. It really
Don't they all speak English over there for the most part in Denmark?
Almost everybody can speak English, and they're dude. This is the truth. They are the nicest people that I have actually been around.
Dude.
I was walking around, right?
Yeah.
I was hungry. I don't know where the fuck to go. This lady who worked there at a hotel goes, "Come with me." She walked me through 2 hotels down the road and said, There's a little markets. They got all this kind of food. I mean, she walked me through 2 hotels to show me where to go eat. I mean, people in America, they would just go, go left, go right, go left, go there. This person walked me to where to go eat food. And what is weird is about some countries, like in America, we're huge on breakfast. We're huge. In Denmark, they're not really huge for breakfast, man. If you're hungry, dude, all you see is sweets. All you could get is coffee and sweets in the morning.
Bread. Bread. Paris bread.
When Bob comes back, Bob's like, dude, we got to get some breakfast because we don't really get breakfast here in England.
IHOP, dude. IHOP, man. Fuck. Oh, my God. There's no fast food here right now. There's no fast food. None. No Kentucky Fried Chicken. No McDonald's. No fast food, period. Except
really?
Kebabskis.
What town are you in? Or where are you near? Manchester?
Yeah. It's a little bit outside of Manchester. Well, they got Kebabskis, Indian food.
Yeah, I told Bob that here everything's open. It's just you got to get it to go or drive through. Everything's open. I mean, it's not like it's a lockdown.
You just can't go in.
It's not really a lockdown. You know what I mean? Because you can still.
It's so weird. Like you can go to the grocery store or whatever, but you can't go sit in a diner anywhere. It's like really, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I just want to rant every time I think about it. And I feel like dude. I'm like almost. I'm telling you, like the company I work for is really big, and I swear that they're freaking in with the freaking deep state or something, because I'm hold on, I gotta tell you a really quick story. So basically I work for a computer board manufacturing company, and we do a lot of subcontracting for like large accounts like military or aerospace or whatever. And now the interesting thing about the aerospace is when I first started working there, the second stint that I worked there, probably like two and a half years ago, I started working there. And at that point in time, nobody believed that satellites were on balloons until we started manufacturing them there. And so that's funny. That's one aspect. And then we're also working for another space company. That's all I'm going to say because I'm sworn to secrecy. We're not allowed to, reveal like any of the secret agendas that they have. But the interesting thing is we're working like 50, 60 hours a week for like 6, 7, 8 months. I'm like, they're getting ready for something. They're getting ready, and this is military stuff. They're getting ready for something big. And I remember that was like a year ago, and now all this shit happens, and it's like, really? They're totally getting ready for like World War III or something. I'm telling you, there's like a lot of what I talk about speculative, but man, I got a lot of freaking foundation from where I'm coming from on all this stuff.
Same thing, dude. I was at the Aerospace Museum. I know, I'm with you. I can back you up. Yes, you're correct. We're getting prepped for something. They're really pushing space stuff. It was like, it's not like just say, let's get the propaganda. No, this was pushed hard. I was busting my ass. hours fucking nonstop work for all the space stuff and satellite stuff and all the space stuff, space. And then you got pushed for all the space. I have a buddy.
And it's all about freaking like launching like 12,000 satellites so that they can spy on us. That's the way I see it. But
yeah.
Oh, and here's the other thing is the freaking CEO of our company constantly putting out like emails saying, thank you for your service. You know, I appreciate your willingness to work through the new normal. They always use the word, you know, the phrase new normal.
I hate that.
It pisses me off every time I hear it. It's like they're trying to condition the minds of people to accept the new normal. And it's like really, freaking shut the hell up.
There's something going on, though. There is something, and we already know it's coming. If you want to call it revelations, you want to call it fucking whatever you want to call it. I don't know, the whatever is the new WNWO fucking, who cares?
Oh, yeah. Dude, you're entering into the realm of things that I'm talking about all the time. So
I'm waiting for it. I am almost like it's like fucking Christmas morning. Sometimes I wake up and go, what happened today? I can't wait for it to happen. It's going to happen. My gut is screaming it. I even had small disputes with people over here in England that I know have the effect. We have agreements 100% down the line, with the exception of 99%, where I'm like, there's something going on. And it's going to be not too long away. It's going to be soon. Well, no, it's coming. Well, no,
hey, wow. I really didn't think this would work.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, Patrick. What's up, dude?
I really didn't think this was going to work. I'm at a gas station. I thought, what the hell? I'll try to just stop and say hello.
You got Santa beard. You got the white beard.
Just drop in.
There must have been several shows that just ended because now we're getting a lot of people coming in.
I know. I get that kind of stuff too.
I'm waiting to be served a cup of coffee. We're not allowed to get it ourselves anymore.
Nice.
So,
dude, freaking
is that
bullshit.
the way it is in your gas stations over there too? You're not allowed to get your own coffee anymore?
Not so much in Idaho. I'm in Idaho, so
yeah. So I'm waiting on somebody. So
I mean,
usually you have to. Hey, can I get a cup of coffee? Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Yeah, thanks.
You get coffee.
Need some service here.
Get coffee around here.
I mean,
I just wanted to stop in and say hello. I didn't want to bother you guys.
No.
No bother, man.
We're gonna be ending the show a little bit anyway, so it's nice to have you jump on just to say hi. You know, that's awesome.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Where are you at, Patrick?
So hello, and you guys did a great show today, and hello to everybody in chat. And I got to get driving here in a little bit as soon as I can get my coffee. You know.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, Patrick, this Friday, you know, it's going to be more of a free-for-all kind of a show. You know, we're going to have It's Time to Wake Up. Come on. If you want to jump on and say hi to us on Friday, go for it, you know.
Oh, sure. And you have a safe trip.
Yeah, don't miss the Bigfoot Yeti show on Thursday, okay? We got the Bigfoot show coming on Thursday.
Yeah, for sure. But you, Robert, you travel safe. Be safe.
Yeah, wouldn't it be fun to hear that Bob's plane fell out of the sky? That wouldn't be fun.
I don't die.
That would kind of suck.
I don't mind.
No, can't do that.
It'd be over
I
fast.
Got his wings yet.
Yes.
Well, how about if guys, if Bob's plane crashes, I will have through the VO Paranormal come back on to see if we can reach Bob in the afterlife.
Hey, I'm gonna probably have some mediums.
I've been trying to put videos up for the last board. I've got 4 or 5 videos that I have put up, and YouTube will not let them go on. They have my videos marked as private, and they won't let them go on. I don't know why. I retried uploading them and stuff, and they won't let me post.
You can't change the settings,
and they took some of my videos down. Thank you.
Wow, no, I've heard of that. I've heard of that. Remember, guys? I told you guys that a video that me and Bob did with a clown, and they took off the first 15 minutes of that video. They just took it off.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. Bob sent me an email. Hey, what happened to the first 15 minutes? I'm like, I don't know. What happened? And it was gone.
I noticed that on my videos that they took down, I said the you know what word. I said that word, and that
Ooh,
was in
the trigger word.
was in my title of the video of both videos.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It was the hospital one.
Yeah,
The bots are gonna get you.
Me and Bob were talking about I was talking about my hospital experience in the first 15 minutes, and that's the clip that got taken down.
Yeah, we don't say Voldemort. We don't say his name. Voldemort.
Yeah, I still have a couple hospital videos up, but I didn't put the word in there, you know. And these ones, I accidentally put the word. I didn't know that was going to happen, but that's why I lost 2 of the hospital videos. But I still have like 2 or 3 hospital videos still up. But I didn't name them. I named them differently.
Yeah,
because you're not going to win, guys. You're not going to win. The best thing we could do is just communicate amongst each other and know each other's handles. And, I know this person from the community. I know this person. You're just getting friendly with each other. That's all we can do. You're not going to win. You're not going to win.
Keep each other's phone numbers. Definitely. Because
that's about it.
Again, they're
still got
email where they're going to just pull us.
Well, guys, I am going to end the show because Bob does got to get packing and get ready for tomorrow's stuff. So I want to appreciate the extra guests that came on, Patrick, Jake, Charlie, and it's cool that we were the first show that Jake ever went on. That's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool little honor. I appreciate that. You know, and that's it, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming on, and everybody have a great freaking Tuesday. And see you guys on Thursday.
Peace.
Except for Bob. He'll be in a plane.
Cheers, guys.
Peace out, everybody.
Later.